Winston.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing fine.
Lovely. I am just going to take Ed into this conversation. Unfortunately, Colin is unavailable today.
Okay.
So your interview, I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem with me. Everything's good. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So while we just wait for Ed to join us, just so you know what's going to be happening, we are going to have Ed ask you the questions from the module handbook, the ones that you've prepped, the ones you're aware of.
Yeah.
He might ask you an additional question. It might just be to get some more information.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'll be having a look through your portfolio that you've already uploaded.
All right.
I'll pop in at the end visually to possibly ask a question, but if you've covered it, then I'll just be back to say well done and bye-bye. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's very clear.
All right, I'll leave you with Ed.
Okay, so just so you know, Winston, I am going to be recording this session. This is just so we've got a reference point, and we've also got evidence of what was said, and if Colin wants to review it later, he can. So I'm just going to start the recording. Is there anything that you want to ask before we begin?
No, nothing in particular.
Okay, so like Sharon said, the questions are going to be mainly from the module handbook. Okay. So the first question is, what is your career goal?
Well, my career goal is to be eventually to be a fully skilled and qualified global camera operator. So that's my career goal. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the first position that you're going to apply for to get to that role of a camera operator?
Well, based on my research and observation, the first position that I will apply is any position that is junior under the tier 2 visa companies. So it might not be firstly under the camera department, but anything that is to the company. When I apply for that, then I will figure out my way to climb up. Yeah.
Okay, so what would be the dream company that you ultimately would love to work for? Why?
Okay, so this is a question that is always evolving because the companies are always changing. So, but as for now, the main company that I would like to work for is called Academy Films, which is stated on my on my PDF on page 40. Academy Film is a very vibrant company. They have different services ranging from commercials, short films, and even feature films. And things like that gets me very excited because it just proves so much that one company has so many different sectors where all these creative people working on will definitely share different ideas and things like that. So I think that's a really diverse company in terms of employees and of course the range of sector they are working in. Yeah.
Okay, so you've mentioned that company. Are there any other specific companies that you are looking at and you possibly will try and get a job at?
Yes, there are a few. So the second one that I wish to hopefully work with is called Brickwall Films, which is on page 41 of my PDF. Brickwall Films, again, like based on my research, they are both tier 2 and tier 5 visa company. But this company, if I'm not mistaken, they are based in Bristol, if I'm not mistaken. But why I want to join, hope to work this company is because based on my research, their employees are very young. It's a young employee based run company. So if we look at the website, it's very colorful and it's very clear stated out. So I thought, oh, this is really good, and their showroom as well is a award-winning production company. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you've mentioned how you're going to go for these different companies for their visa, and your ultimate goal is to end up as a senior camera operator. Can you just run me through how you're going to progress from working for those companies to becoming a senior camera operator?
Okay, cool. So how the plan is in 2 months. This is on page 4 of my PDF. the plan is on in 2 months, I should be able to start my work experience or even any part-time work in the film or TV related industry. So getting work experience is my main priority now. And once I get that work experience in 6 months, hopefully going through university graduation, and then also in that work experience where I shown them the trust, things like that, I hope they will offer me a permanent role where then I will transition my current visa to tier 2. Then that's the moment where I start with a permanent role in a TV or media related company. That's in 6 months. Once I get my permanent role in that company, hopefully in 2 to 3 years, I will get a lot of industry experience. When I mention by industry experience, I mean by every sector, not only on set, but also in office, also working with other people around the globe. Then from there, if I want to pursue proper climb up, I should be able to be qualified as camera trainee because of that industry experience. And of course, in 2 to 3 years time, the networking and all those with industry professionals will grow by itself. Once that's happened, in 5 years, hopefully, obviously in 5 years, I will get more professional and more qualified. Obviously, and I'm hoping to expand my skill base. When I say expand my skill base, I mean where during camera operating, maybe I can do something else other than camera operating, such as maybe Steadicam, things like that, expanding skill base. And obviously, besides Steadicam as well, maybe first or second assistant camera in 5 years. And of course, in 10 years of the eventual goal is to be a fully qualified camera operator and camera operator in various industry. So that could be commercial, that could be documentary and things like that. Yeah, that's the career action plan and how I will progress to the goal.
So who have you spoken to about the career plan?
So I have been very lucky because based on my primary research, which is on page 19, I have approached 3 cinematographers in total for my primary research. And and this during our primary research, I really learned a lot. So the first person I approached his name is Eric, and Eric is a Canadian cinematographer. He has the, like cinematographer, they have their own entitlement. So he is part of the Canadian Society of Cinematographers. So it's quite a big thing. He's currently based in Spain. So I called him and we had about a 1 hour chat. So it's really good. The second person I approached to is Laurie Gilbert. He's currently based in Malaysia, but he is born and raised in the UK. He attended London Film School in the late 70s. So he moved out from UK and be a global cinematographer. So that's what he is. And the third person I talked to is Samuel Lam, which is also part of the Canadian Society of Cinematographer. He is Eric's mentor. Eric is his mentor. So Samuel is a good person, and I learned a lot from him because he seems like his story is about the same as me, which is he also attended film school. So I asked him, and he's a bit younger compared to Eric. So a lot of his industry experience and insight is very relevant to me and really can help. So that is the 3 main primary research that I have called, and all of them an average of 1 hour conversation on Skype. Yeah.
Great. So how would you say the research that you've done in this module has influenced and informed your career plan?
So in my research, I find that doing primary research is not enough. So I have to have a secondary research for my plan. So to conclude from what I've learned from primary research and secondary research, the first thing that I learned is having a really good emotional intelligence skills will help me enter the tier 2 visa companies. So emotional intelligence skills, so that could be being a people person, being kind, all those type of things. And the second thing is technical skills, which are my knowledge, which are my current knowledge on cameras, on technology, and also my willingness and my how to say my interest to the current industry. This is what I can conclude from my research, and if I can have both of these inside me when applying for jobs and going into the industry, I'm very sure by 100% people would want me to work with them or work for them. So this is the two that I've learned that always come out to me. Yeah.
So, what would you say are the current trends? What are the new technologies that are emerging, and where do you see these technologies developing in the future?
Okay, so maybe not so new, but I have read. I don't know if you know the magazine is down there, but the magazine is called Zerb, and this magazine is very good. I have quite a lot of copy of this magazine, and I constantly read through. And one of the technology that is emerging is the ability and capability of technology in the Steadicam world. I don't know if you watched 1917, the movie directed by Sam Mendes. The Steadicam they use is RE Trinity, and it's very small, very fast, very advanced, and there are a lot of things that the RE Trinity could do with a human easily compared to a different type of Steadicam. So that is one of the newest technology, and I saw watch from RE website, and I think having this type of technology, especially in the Steadicam world, proves that the cinematography industry is always coming out with new ideas, coming out with new possibilities in our films in the future. And the trend so far, I think movie studios and production companies are approaching different ways to distribute their film in this pandemic COVID-19. So I think that's the trend. Everyone is learning new things, and once you follow on the trend, I'm sure everyone would definitely learn something from it. So yeah.
So you mentioned production companies are finding new ways to distribute their content. What are those new ways?
Well, the first one is distributing the content through online video on demand platforms. So that could be on Netflix, on Amazon Prime Video, on Hulu, and things like that. And this is a great time because most of the subscribers are watching from home. So that is one entertainment. The second one is having to plan the films being released in a correct schedule. So for example, just an example. So let's say I'm a production company and I need to know my movie, what is the audience, target audience. So let's say Mulan. Mulan is a Chinese film, and a lot of people in China wants to watch Mulan, but how does the Disney and China gonna work together? So I think Disney is gonna look closely into the entertainment industry in China and work closely with the government and see what are their plans to ease the lockdown, and Disney can work that way when to release the film on theaters. I think that's what they're doing, and many other production companies as well. Yeah.
Right. So reflecting on your career plan, do you feel that it's realistic financially? Does the geography of it work? Is it a good entry point for you for your skill and knowledge base and experience?
Okay, so yes, I think this is a realistic plan because my primary research and my secondary research really prove that it's possible. Anything is possible, but we must be very careful in every steps, and it must be very using common sense. So financially, let's break it down. Financially, I have done my research. This is on secondary research on websites, on the Home Office website. the average wage for tier 2 visa people is 20,800 pounds for a year. So assumingly I'm breaking down it to 12 months, so 1 month should be around 1,700 pounds. And like that day I talked to my supervisor Ed about accommodation between 500 to 800 pounds. So I think with that 1,700 pounds income and with the 500 to 800 rent and including others, I think is really realistic plan. And geographically, obviously it will be in London. Why? Because tier 2 visa companies they need to establish a proper base to have the funds to sponsor tier 2 visa people. So most of them are based in London. And in terms of accommodation, I am still currently working on that, so I couldn't answer that. However, skills and knowledge base experience, this is the same answer for what type of opportunity that I've applied for. So recently I have applied for a membership to something that I think will set me apart from the rest. This is a student membership to GTC, which is the Guild of Televisional Camera Professionals. I applied this membership, and this this could be proved on let me see, page 48 of my PDF. And when I look at this GTC membership, I was like, wow, look at the opportunities and the networking and things like that. So I was thinking, if I have my emotional intelligence skills and technical skills and the membership for GTC, if these two on my CV and I go apply for jobs, people will go like, wow, so this guy got this one and he also got GTC. So definitely they will take me. Why? Because they know I'm, besides the work that I apply outside, I also joined to GTC. So I think this is a really good base that what I did for opportunities. I think it really can grow. And I have to say thank you to Laurie, which is my second primary research. He advised me to apply, and that's when I got the Zerb magazine. I think I'm gonna have a rocket start, hopefully. Yeah.
So you mentioned a lot of people that you've had contacts with in terms of your research. I was wondering, who are you in contact with for getting your career? Are you in touch with anybody at the moment in terms of job opportunities?
Yes. Maybe not directly to the answer, but what I'm trying to do now these days is I'm trying to connect and work closely with the careers team on the university. So making use of the facility in university. And what I'm trying to ask them is how I might know the answer, but I just want assurance. How can I have all these skills and apply and convince the employer to hire me? That's the thing I want to work out my brain, or even have assurance on. And at the moment, that's all I have. But anything after this Teams meeting call, it will definitely evolve and grow. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say are your key skills and experiences that you have for being a camera operator?
I think my key skills, if we're talking about technicals here, sorry. My key skills, technical skills as a camera operator, the first one would be definitely the experience and the training I joined and in the media center with my university, various cameras, various knowledge, and also the masterclass that I attended in the university. So that itself already built the base. Secondly, other skills, that will be software skills. So basic or intermediate editing on Adobe Premiere Pro, understanding of color grade and things like that. So that is the skills. And thirdly, my technical overall general skills of the camera technology, because I'm quite I could say I really like to understand the specifics of technology in camera. So technical skills, settings of camera, I think I'm really good in that. So combine these three as a graduate, I think is really good.
So, and then my final question is, what sort of opportunities have you already applied for?
Well, besides the GTC opportunity, for my career, at the moment I have not applied for any opportunities, and the reason why is because personally, I am not prepared to apply it. When I say I'm not prepared, I mean by there are some of my documents or even things like that I'm not ready to apply yet. However, I am also working very hard on drafting and researching different companies and what are they all about, so that I could prepare myself. So I think the answer is, for me to quickly apply is for me to continue researching. The more I research, the more I understand, and the more I understand, the more the confidence build up, and therefore that's where things will start off. So if you look at my PDF on page, let me see, on page 30 and above, you can see that these production companies that are listed down are the production companies that I need to research. And so far I only have researched 10 because there's a lot of things going on, but things will change as well. So that's my answer. Yeah.
Perfect. That's all the questions I have. Sharon, do you have any additional ones you'd like to ask Winston?
I'm not muted. That makes a change. I'm just interested to know. I've just been going through your portfolio, Winston. It's really well put together. I'm just interested. I could see that you have a LinkedIn profile, and I've been on there, had a little look.
Yeah.
I couldn't see any other social media that you're highlighting. Do you have any other social media where you're sort of showing your visibility and being active in cinematography, camera, anything like that?
Yes, I actually have, and it's on the Instagram platforms. And the reason why I did not put up there is because personally I feel like it's not up to my standard of professionalism yet. And so how I'm gonna work that out? So basically, I think in times of the future I will need to accept the fact that I need to make myself public and show my personality, because some of the posts on Instagram are not doesn't look formal. So we'll see how does that work. But other than that, that's the only two platforms that is done professionally, which is Instagram and LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That was my only question, because I was searching around to see if I'd missed anything, so I thought I'd ask. That's great.
All right.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very good.
Well done, Winston. Thank you for your time.
Very nice. Hope you enjoy, and I also say the page when I say something, so I hope you can follow.
Followed it. Fine.
Very nice. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
Cheers, Winston. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have a good day.
Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yes.